You've been actually working in the business since you were 11, right? And what a past 6 years you've had.
Yeah, well, I started auditioning for the show when I was 11 and got called back and started working on it by the time I was 12. And so, you know, we just finished up this year. So it's been a really awesome ride,
Well,
and it's been a long time. It's been awesome.
Absolutely. You learned a lot.
Yes, I worked really hard, and now I just feel like I'm kind of prepared for whatever, because it was a really good training for me.
So is this phase of your life and your career over as you move on to the next area?
Well, the show still is going to air coming towards the end of this year. There'll be more Hannah Montana episodes, so that's still, you know, good for my younger audience that they can, you know, have that. And you know, there's a lot of everyone likes the show. You know, it's a family show, so it's good for the families. And then, so that's not, you know, completely over for my fans, but I'm kind of moving on to new things.
To what would you prefer?
After this, I go into a movie called LOL with Demi Moore, so that's what I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah, Demi mentioned it to us the other day.
I'm really excited. That's kind of like every day I'm like counting down, waiting for it.
That's like a remake of an old French film, isn't it?
Yes, and it's the original director, so it's going to be really cool because it's not like anything else I've done. We're doing it like independently, so we don't have to answer to a big studio, and we can make it, and it can be what it is. Because it's such a good film that we really want the American people to see it too.
I heard you were doing homework just before the show. It's kind of fascinating how you stay sort of grounded with all that's going on around you.
Yeah, my boyfriend was helping me do it because I'm learning about South Africa, and I was just like, but my teacher's going for this new approach because she says that like every time I see her I run away. So she's doing a new approach where she kind of does like the guilt trip. She just hands it to you, and then at the end of the day, at some point throughout the day, I do it, and then I hand it to her at the end of the day.
So this has been going on for years now,
We have
right?
new approaches every week.
So you're kind of on your honor system.
Yeah.
And this is to complete your high school education.
Yes. So I actually, by the end of this New York trip, I'll be done with 11th grade, and I'll start 12th grade, and you know, with that soon.
Okay, and then it's over.
Then it's over.
So you met your boyfriend
Who
in
was
Australia,
that guy? I saw you
right?
sitting on his lap. What's he all about?
He was in the movie The Last Song, and so then ever since we've been together.
Did you fall in love with him, Miley, while you were making the movie?
Yeah, I think it was kind of towards the end. We were just kind of, you know, hanging out and shooting the movie and whatever, and then on the last day I was like, I don't want it to be like this. I didn't want to be the end of it. So then he came and he hung out with me in Nashville and saw Nashville, and then he really liked it. And it was just, you know, it's cool. We can have someone that's like so chill that wants to hang out in a place like that. And so it's cool. So we actually just had our year anniversary like 2 days ago, or yesterday. Wait, 2 days ago. So yeah.
So he's been
I forgot.
But isn't it nice you found somebody to chill with?
Yeah, just chill. You guys chill. Just chill.
Sounds serious because he's left, you know, his country and he's here now indefinitely.
Yeah.
So is he going to go with you while you're filming?
No, unfortunately, now that I have a boyfriend with a job, it's not near as much fun because you can't hang out all the time, so I'm working and he's working. And
Well, is he a singer, an actor, or everything?
He's an actor,
he's not a singer.
I like the way she talks.
He's not a singer. Yeah, I don't do boys with bands anymore. I only do actors, and this is my actor boyfriend. I learned from my
Good
past
for you. But now, wait a minute. You say he's a French guy. I thought he was from Australia.
He's Australian.
Australian, yeah.
You gotta keep up with the movie. The last song,
right? French movies, what I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
But this guy's from Australia. Oh, those are
And his name
Australian.
is Liam.
Liam.
Liam, yes. We just love that
Liam.
name.
I love that name.
Yeah, everyone gets it wrong every time he says it, so he just makes up names when we go to Starbucks. So they're like, what'd you say? Leon? And we're just like, Kevin. It's Kevin. Just like, write it. I don't care.
I suppose everybody wants to look at this guy. This is the guy who is
Captured
with Miley
your
now,
heart.
captured Miley Cyrus's heart.
Yeah, so...
And you're not afraid to admit it,
Well, yeah.
you know?
Everyone else better not be looking. That's all I'm saying. Don't look too hard.
New album, I believe this is your fourth, right?
Yes.
And incidentally, she writes all of the songs herself, and then it takes a whole year to produce, turn this thing out, and get it out there.
Yeah, we wrote a lot while I was on tour, and then when I got back to LA, we kind of finished up. And I work with really, you know, good people that, you know, I'm able to collaborate with, and so it's still, you know, it's someone to look at and, you know, look up to, and they have good opinions, but they also are, you know, totally okay when I'm saying, no, I know that this is the way I want it to sound, because at the end of the day, it's got your name on it.
Did you write this one? Can't Be Tamed?
Yes.
Is that about you? Miley Cyrus cannot be tamed?
Cannot be tamed. I wrote it with two of my really close friends, and And what's really cool about it is it goes along with my life, because I feel like a lot of people, you know, they always want to put you in a category, or this is who she is, and you can never grow up and never change. And so I'm trying to do that now, and, you know, still keep my fans, you know, with me. But also, I just feel like there's so many kids out there that, you know, they want to be a musician, but they're supposed to be this, and their parents say they should be that, and their teachers think something else. And it's like, don't, you know, all those people's opinions are important. They care about you, but at the end of the day, it's about doing what you love and, you know, being happy.
So
and that's
follow
what
your heart.
Yeah, and don't let anyone tell you what you should or shouldn't be.
I heard you did a duet with Bret Michaels.
Yes.
How was that?
Yeah, we did Every Rose, and he was really excited when he heard I wanted to do the song. So it was really cool. And, you know, I was talking about this the other day, me and my mom, and it's just funny the way when finally someone like gets sick or something happens to somebody, everyone all of a sudden starts saying, you were the best musician, you were so amazing, you did so much for the music industry. But when he's just Bret, no one was doing that. And then now he's getting so much recognition, and we did the song way before he was ever sick.
Oh, no kidding, a long time
So
ago.
I was like, I've always recognized what a good musician he is. He's so talented, and when you sit in the studio with him and hear him play this song that is such like, I mean, it's anthemic, it's amazing. So it's really cool, and I'm really happy I did it when I did.
So you could get 12 songs on the album, but then there are some songs that you have written, worked on, maybe even recorded, that have to be eliminated.
Yeah, that's the hardest part, is like, for us, it's like you work so hard on something, you have so many, you know, those are kind of like my favorites, but I have, you know, those are the ones that I feel like my fans need to hear the most, but there's so many that I have that I'm like, I should release this, but I didn't have, you know, enough time. So that's why, you know, it's fun when you do a live show, if you can throw in a song if you like it.
Or save it for your next album.
A lot going on your life, Miley.
Very busy.
What are you going to do this summer?
I go and shoot that movie, and then I'm taking a little break.
Now, I saw you last week at Idol. You were a mentor for all those kids. Was that easy? Was it hard to work with them?
It was a little bit hard because, you know, the talent isn't the problem. You know, they're all talented. Otherwise, they wouldn't be on the show. But it's just finding those little things, but without being too harsh, because there's things that, like, I'm like, okay, the talent is just, some of it is almost like the personality or just connecting and then knowing who you are. I felt like some of them, when I asked, you know, what kind of style of music, and then I heard their song choice, I was like, oh, really, I didn't get that from that. So it was just trying to, you know who you are.
Right. What do you think the best advice you can give somebody is? I mean, what have you learned? Because you've been doing this a while now, and you're so successful. What would you say to them?
Well, I think people in my life have seen a dramatic change of who I am and how I've gotten to know myself more and more. When I had my first record, I was 12 years old. So no one, I don't think, really knows who they are at that point. So, I mean, just growing up in this business, and I've gotten to know myself better and better, and I'm still getting to know myself. So I would almost just tell someone, make sure you really know who you are before you start going into an industry, because the hard thing is if you're not strong, they'll make you who they want you to be, and you won't grow up to who you're supposed to be.
Right.
So that's hard.
It's like that Pink video. They were trying to make her a pop star, and she didn't want to be a pop star.
Want to be a rock star.
Right.
So there's just, I think, certain things that people saying, yeah, I want to be a pop rock singer, I want to be R&B. It's like, okay, well, know that 100% before you make your first record or do this and that. Luckily, I had, you know, people that would help guide me, and I followed that lead.
Yeah, you've had some good leaders, because you're doing just fine.
Thank you.
You're doing just fine.
Well, thank you, Ellen.
Yeah.
You're my number one leader.
Yeah. I mean, really, that's incredible. Now, speaking of leaders and followers, when you had a huge following on Twitter, and then all of a sudden you decided to shut it down, and it was news. Like, people freaked out that you shut down your Twitter account.
Yeah, people still are freaking out. Twitter is an interesting concept to me, because one, I'm always hearing people being like, you know, it's really hard, I don't have a private life, and then I'm like, okay, well, you didn't have to tell everyone you were doing your nails at this moment, or you're at the grocery store. You chose to tell people that.
Right.
So I felt like I was one of those people who was like, I'm never private. Mom, I hate this, I want to go home, I'm not private. And then I'm like, okay, every 5 minutes I'm telling people what I'm doing, and then I would complain about privacy. So I think it's just about, if that's what you want, fine, or just choose what you say wisely.
Right. I heard that when you, one of the reasons you shut down your Twitter account is that you were outspoken supporting gay marriage, and you got a lot of hate mail. All of a sudden, people started saying very threatening things to you.
Yeah, you know what, I think people, I don't know, that was something that I was asked the question. It wasn't like I was trying to force my opinion on anyone else.
Right.
I was asked the question, Miley, what do you think? And I said, I believe that there's no other judge but God. I'm not one to tell someone that they can't love someone else when I'm happily in love with someone. I would never want to be the person to take that away. So that's what I believed, and then I got people hating me for believing in love. And that seems very interesting, that someone could be hated because you want someone else to love another person. It just seems very twisted to me. So I was just like, you know, I guess it's better to keep your opinions to yourself, but I never regret what I say, I guess, when I speak my opinion, because if I'm asked, I will tell you. I'm not one to be like, I don't know, because I want to please everyone. You can't please everyone, and I'm sure what I'm saying now won't please everybody, but that's what I think, and that's what I feel.
I think it's important to share your opinion. Always. That's good. Especially you know?
People listen, so.
All right. Now, are you ending Hannah Montana? Is that right?
This is our last season that we're filming right now. We've got 7 more episodes, but we've done it in a way where it'll go on till at least another year all over the world. Hannah Montana will still be on the air. So we just did the season finale of season 3, and now we're finishing up season 4. So it's not completely over yet.
Are you, well, you shouldn't say relieved, but I mean, are you happy to move on now? Is it enough?
Yeah, it's bittersweet. Because it's such a security blanket for me. It's so comfortable because after I go off and do something that, you know, I do 80 shows on tour, I go do a film or whatever, I'm like, oh, I gotta go back to Hannah Montana. It's easy for me. It's like a rhythm that I know really well. And then I'm not gonna have that easy thing to go back to. And it's interesting. It's almost kind of like a vacation sometimes because I go there, I know it so well. It's so easy for me now. Not having that makes me a little worried.
Right. Well, I know people are going to miss it, but you have so many different things going on, so it's not like we're going to miss you, because you're going to be...
And they'll rerun it till the end of me, I promise.
There's a new man, there's 2 new men in your life, actually.
2?
That's what I heard. What's his name?
Liam.
Liam. And Liam, now, did you and Liam get together during the movie, or, like, did you know right away when you met him that this is my boyfriend?
No. I was actually, I was kind of going through, like, a tough time. I was like, guys are just need to be out of my life for a little while. I just need to be like alone and just whatever.
I know. Tell me about it.
I know, Ellen. It gets tough. I was just like, I'm not into anyone. I just kind of want to focus on my work.
Yeah.
And I do that. I tend to hide behind my work sometimes when other things. But then I met him and he opened the door for me, and I was like, I've been in LA 3 years, and I don't think any guy has actually opened the door for me without, like, it wasn't that he won the job, it was just because that's who he is. And I was like, wow, that's like super impressive. I actually turned to the director and said, he's got the job. He's hot and he opened the door. Excellent. So I was stoked. But then we just started filming, and at one point, honestly, the chemistry was kind of off. We were both, I think I liked him a little bit and he liked me a little bit, but it was awkward. And then I was like, okay, just fake it. I was like, please just pretend you like me. And he was like, I don't have to pretend, I really do like you. So then I was like, okay. I was like, you're my boyfriend, kill. So it was good, and we've been together like 10 months now, and I'm really happy, and I like him more now than I did then because we know more about each other.
That's fantastic. And you're always out on bikes together. There's pictures of you riding bikes everywhere. And I thought,
oh my gosh, is he going to be mad? Is it the...
What?
Yep, he's on my bike. It's pink with flowers. He's like, it's going to be on the cover of everything. That one's the black bike. And then right up top, that's my flowery bike with the basket that I usually put my little Yorkie in.
Right.
And he was so angry because the other bike had a flat tire. And I was like, just ride mine. No one's going to take your picture. And then we went to go get smoothies, and he's like, I hate you. I hate you right now. I'm not happy. I was like, sorry. He's like, trade me. I'm like, mine's purple. What's the difference?
Hello.
Hi.
First of all, I love this outfit. I think you look so hot.
Thanks. I got to do my model shots with you. You know, the smile with the eyes and all. So that was cool.
Very
and actually,
nice.
you know, Emily really is my best friend in real life, and we showed up in almost the exact same thing, only different colors. And we were like, that shows that you truly are best friends when you show up in the, you know, designers throw stuff at us all the time, and we show up in the same outfit.
The same stuff. For you guys who don't know, Emily, she plays Miley's best friend on the TV show and in the movie, and they're best friends in real life. Now, you are an industry. You are like $1 billion, making money for yourself and a lot of other people. But you seem so, like, normal. Like, we're hanging out in the movie, and you're like, oh, my God, she threw the shoe, and it accidentally hit somebody on set, and you ran over to them, and you're like, oh, my God, I'm so sorry, and you went to go get them water, and you're just like, you know, and the director's like, we got to go, and you're like, no, but if the shoe, like, hit him.
I'm definitely careful, you know, because we did all our own stunts in there, and I wanted to make sure you were cool with that, and you were making sure I was cool with that. And it's just, like, respect for people on the set, you know, because you definitely want to have a happy set. I think that's the worst thing in the world is when you walk in and everyone's yelling at each other. It just really is. It's such a cold set, and our set was not like that at all. It was so like warm and bubbly and always giving hugs and loving on each other. So it was awesome.
Yeah, but I think it's deeper than just a happy set with you. I think you're a good person. I think you have a good spirit.
I hope so.
No, I really do. And to like have all this success and to be like, she's normal. She just happens to be a trillionaire. But like you're really, really normal. I have to admit, it, I love hanging out with your family and your mama and your daddy and your grandmama, and then on the set of the movie,
my mom and my grandma are like the coolest. They're always around.
And your grandmama, she is always done. Hair is always like very teased and like mascara and like.
She's a lot like me. She's a very like loyal person, so no lie, she went to the same hair person in Kentucky for like 40 years, then the same person in Nashville. Now she has someone she drives like an hour away in California to get her hair done, and I've never seen her without makeup. She'll like wash her face real quick and then totally redone again, and she will look at me and be like, "You going out, girl? You need a little blush or something." I'm like, "Gosh, mammy," I'm like, "Let me just be."
Is that what you call her, mammy?
Mammy.
Mammy.
Yeah, because my mom wanted me to call her Mamaw when I was little, my big sister, and she couldn't say Mamaw, so we just called her Mammy.
Well, I have to tell you, I'm an honorary Knowles with like the Knowles family, like Beyonce and all of them, and I want to be an honorary Cyrus.
Oh, cool. You know what? That's what I think is the best thing, is like Beyonce, they always keep it in the family.
So I read some of your book, and I read that you were bullied when you were in school with some girls.
Yeah.
What type of bullying was it? What'd they do?
I was definitely, I think I was one of those kids that, I think I kind of thought every day, I played everything down, you know, like, oh, it's not a big deal. And then really when I look back on it now, I'm like, I really wish I would have said something earlier, because it probably wouldn't have gotten to the extent that I would. I wouldn't have been, in my book, I talk about being locked in a bathroom for hours and not knowing how to get out.
They locked in a bathroom?
Yeah. And like being scared every day. And now I'm like, you know, I don't get the opportunity to go to a real school. I'm homeschooled, and I'm like, I wish I could have enjoyed the time that I did have in the school.
Why do you think they were doing that?
Honestly, with my dad growing up, it was always really hard, and most people I think would kind of like resent that and be like, you know, Dad, you made it really hard for me to grow up. But for me, I thank my dad, because he made me stronger as a person. And now with the media trying to tear me down and message boards, I don't really care, because I picture each photographer that I see stepping outside my house as one of those girls. And I just really say, you know, that's something that I don't want to get involved with, because soon enough it'll be the equivalent to being locked in the bathroom, where I don't ever get privacy, or they're trying to make me look like a bad person, because I know that I'm not, and I know that I have good values.
I like the connection of the paparazzi with
the bullies.
The bullies at school.
Yeah.
Okay, what are those girls doing now? Have you run into them anywhere?
Oh, I don't know. And someone asked me if I wanted to go back to school and see them, and I was like, no, thank you, because I just don't even want to give them the time, thank you very much, because they don't deserve it. And I'm doing great, and I have probably more friends than they'll ever have.
Yeah. The bullies and stuff, they'll see you now and pretend like they were your best friend.
Exactly.
Oh my God! And they're showing their friends pictures of you with them and saying how close you guys were.
I remember when I was in school, they had this picture of me that was seriously the worst picture of me you've ever seen. I was always really little, and I remember going to the gym one day, and we all had to get weighed. Which, first of all, I just don't like that anyways. I don't think you should have to be weighed in front of your peers.
Yeah,
and it's just because it makes girls uncomfortable. And I was always smaller than everyone else, and I remember them being like, "Oh, she's so small." You know, I think that's when it really was like, we can get her type thing. And there was this picture of me where I was just like so little, and I was standing next to them, and you could really see the contrast, and they had it on their binder every day and was like showing me the picture of us standing beside each other trying to scare me. And when you really look at it, it really is scary, you know, scary thought.
It's scary. Well, I have a message for you guys, the girls that used to bully Miley. Ha ha, she's a millionaire. Okay. Hannah Montana, the movie, opens today.
I was a little nervous when you walked in, like, I'm going to do all my own stunts. I was like, gosh, I got to do my own stunts then.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was fun, though.
There was that scene where you were jumping on my back, and we had to, she jumped on my back, you guys, like 20, 30 times.
I was like, am I hurting you? Am I hurting you?
And I kept saying no.
And I was like,
but about the 18th time, my shoulder started hurting.
And you're like, I feel bad. And like, I was like, gosh, I don't really want to jump on her anymore.
I had to, the crew of the movie, they had to go get me Epsom salts.
No.
Yeah, and I had to soak in Epsom salts that night. It hurt so badly. And I never reported it to the Disney people. But it was only like after the 18th time that it started hurting, but I continued to do it.
And like the jumping over the couch.
Jumping over the couch, and then when you ran into me, yes, it was really good. Do you ever really get like sweaty? And how do you prevent that?
Well, Sometimes in my sleep I get sweaty, like if I'm having a bad dream. So then I just like wake up and shower real quick before like I go downstairs, because otherwise people are like, woo, you know? So I just like shower really quickly, I guess.
So when you have a bad dream, you get sweaty?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
I'm really attractive right now, you guys. I swear. Teenage boys all around the world love this.
Okay, up next is Miley Cyrus. What celebrity have you met that made you really embarrassed, nervous, shy?
Really embarrassed, nervous, shy. Probably, maybe Sandra Bullock, because I actually met her at the KCA. And
What's the KCA?
Kids Choice Awards.
Okay.
Kids Choice Awards.
I'm sorry, I don't know that.
When I got my award, and I had just gotten off the stage, and I had started crying when I won my award, because I was so excited about it, because it's like the one award show that's actually voted by the kids, and I was like bawling, crying, and I came off, I was like, great. My foundation, I had done that mystic tan thing. So
Ooh. Were you
mine.
like streaming orange?
I looked like the clown, you know, and I was like, dang it. But, you know, she was really cool. She actually gave me good advice about like the media and just how to, you know, relax and do what you love and not worry about anything. So she's really cool.
I like some Sandra Bullock. I've never met her.
Oh, I like her so much. And she's so cute. She had on like a white t-shirt and jeans and looked like adorable.
She looked hot.
Yeah.
Okay, next one is Miley Cyrus. What is the one skill that you have that your fans would be shocked to know that you could do?
I've showed this before, but I'm double jointed, like pretty like intensely. Like watch my arm. So like, so then like,
I heard it pop too.
So like just twists around and like does weird stuff.
Oh my God, that's
And I'm
gross.
like double jointed my thumbs too. So like pops out of.
Oh wait. Wait, do it again.
So it's like.
You look like an X-Man person, like the Claw.
If anything bad happens, I can always be in a circus, because I'm very, like, very poppable, I suppose.
Okay, C.S. Miley Cyrus. Besides your own television show, what's your favorite TV show?
My favorite TV show? I like Friends a lot.
What about America's Next Top Model? We're about to have another fight right now.
You said I was going to get to be on America's Next Top Model, and I haven't yet.
Oh, well, hello.
So that could be my favorite show when I get on there and get to do my looks. You know, girl.
Well, let me tell you a little secret.
I've grown a ½ inch, and I'm ready to be a model.
Well, you were supposed to be on, and we were taping during the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, but you had to do the parade that day, and I was emailing your mama, and it didn't work out.
I would have much rather been on, like, the runway or something than be freezing on a float. So I want to wear the outfits, and I want to do the photo shoot. That's
okay.
I want to do my looks.
Next cycle of America's Next Top Model is going to be short girls.
Oh, then I'll fit right in.
Which is 5'7" and shorter, which is not short, but it's short in fashion.
That's perfect.
So, is it a deal?
4.5, so that rocks.
All right.
For a model, that's
we'll
perfect.
possibly see Miley Cyrus.
You're
on
doing
America's Next
like
Top
short
Model.
girls?
Yes, all short girls, girl.
That's awesome. It gives us hope.
It gives you hope. Last one. Miley Cyrus. If you could be invisible and follow a boyfriend around for a day without him knowing,
Would I do it?
would you do it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Duh. It's like so much better than like going through their phone and stuff, because then you always know. Like, what are you doing? You're like, stalking
Nothing.
you. Like, what are you really gonna say? You know?
Have you ever stalked with the phone before?
Yeah.
Oh my God, me too.
Yeah, I do it with like my brother all the time. I like want to know who he's dating and like go through the phone, and like any boy's phone, I want to go through like their pictures, and I always like check it out. I go through their texts.
Have you
I see if
ever-
they're nice to their mom, because if they're mean to their mom, they're gonna be mean to me.
Have you ever pretended to text a girl like you were him, but
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And to see how she responds?
Yeah. And have you ever done the thing where like you're gonna, this is terrible, you're gonna text somebody about that somebody, and then you text that somebody
Oh
that you
my
didn't want
God!
to be texting?
It's so bad. Because you're thinking about that person.
I was like, dang it.
Oh,
It happened to
it's
me
the
so
worst.
recently.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Really good, really good. It's so lovely to meet you.
Thank you, you too.
Now, what do you think of shows like this, like The X Factor, these kind of reality contestant shows?
I think it's like a really good opportunity, because the hardest part is getting used to being on stage. If I watch from my very first show and now I watch till now, I'm a completely different performer. So I think when you finally do get, a deal, or you do start doing concerts, you'll be a lot better because you've had so much practice. So it just gives you just a couple, like free tries.
Now, you're only 15. We've got some young contestants, particularly Owen, in the competition. What advice would you give to him?
Every time they critique you, I think really take it in, because you'll always get notes, and you've got to learn how to take those, and you need to learn how to take them without getting upset first, because I would always get upset when people give me notes, and now it's really good that I'm able to take them because it makes me a better performer.
Now, Simon Cowell is obviously renowned for being a bit of a nasty judge.
Yes.
Because you say they should take on board the critique, but sometimes he can be really mean. I don't know what the best way to do it is.
I think always be respectful,
right,
because he's still your judge and he's only trying to help, but there will always be a Simon in your life, no matter what you do, no matter what kind of job you have. You always have someone like that, and I think it's good, because if you don't have someone that's not, I mean, you can have the best voice of all history, and there'll always be something that you can improve on.
Yeah,
and you never just want to be like, I'm the best, I'm the best, I'm the best. You need someone like Simon to tell you that you're not the best, that there's other things that you need to do. And sometimes he takes it a little far, but I think that's good, because then you know what you can handle. It'll be better for you, and you'll grow stronger as a person.
How do you stay so level-headed?
Well, I'm a really big nerd when I'm not on stage.
I love nerds. I think nerds are
the minute
really
I
cool.
get off stage, I get on my computer and sit there and I do all these movies, and I do all these silly things. So I get to just realize that this world, I kind of stepping out of it for a minute and doing things that normal kids do, or at least weird kids do.
So don't let that be your whole focus of life.
Yeah, don't let what you do for a living become your life. That's what I say.
That's very good advice. I like that.
Thank you. I just made it up in my head.
Yeah,
that's what I always say. But I just made it up.
It's good. I liked it. Well, listen, thanks so much for chatting with us. Miley Cyrus, everybody.
Did your father want you to go into this business? I mean, he had huge success, and he had the years of not being successful. It's a tough business.
He was, always telling me, he was like, Hollywood's a heartbreak waiting to happen. Don't put yourself in that. If you're, you're not ready. I don't want to see my little girl. And I think it was more kind of for him. He didn't want to see his little girl, crying and upset. But every time I got knocked down, I would want to get back up again.
Miley, you're living here in California. You're 15 years old. You pick up the papers, and every day practically you read about another young star, some of whom were Disney stars. How can you be certain that what happened to Britney and Lindsay and Jamie Lynn Spears won't happen to you? What will be the difference?
For me, as I know that some people don't have a family to fall back on like I have, and that's when something greater than even that comes in, and that's faith, and that's what I have. For me, that's what keeps me strong. And I think a lot of these people, do have Christian families, and they're just, not seeing that they're so much greater than the materialistic things that are there right now, like, going out in the parties and whatever. But the people that are the ones you want to hold on to are the people that tell you the truth, and that's your family that sometimes, can be a little bit harsh, and can, say things that have to be honest, and that can hurt sometimes.
What do you think about Jamie Lynn Spears? I mean, she's pregnant, she's only 16. Can you imagine that?
No, and I think, it's definitely hard when, it's like your friends. Jamie Lynn is, a friend of mine, but also I know how strong she is as a person. I just think it's, pretty cool that she stepped away, because that's what I would have to do.
You know Jamie Lynn Spears?
Mm-hmm. I know basically all of those girls, and which is, really crazy to see that. But my main goal for me is the reason that I also feel pretty confident that I won't end up like that is because I can go out there and, be more of a light to them and make them want to live the way that I, long to live.
Your birth name is Destiny Hope. What's your destiny?
The reason my dad named me Destiny Hope in the first place was he always said it was my destiny to bring hope, and I think that's kind of the same thing that I want to do. There's been so many people that have come up to me at our shows and say, okay, the hour that we're watching your shows are the times that my kids are happiest. They're smiling, they're laughing, and that is what I long to do, is to be the person that you can open up a magazine and see my face, and there'll be something, there'll be a quote that's so positive, and that will be like, okay, I'm having a hard day today, and what Miley said will get me through it. And so that's what my destiny is.
Okay, so what was my question? None of you. She's a huge fan. When are you going on tour? Okay, I'm going on tour hopefully sometime next year, so that would be very cool. So yeah, hopefully sometime during 2009 I'm going to go on tour. I would love to go internationally as well. All right, here's Gia. Says, hey Miley, what advice do you have for people who want to become singers, actors, actress and how to get started in acting or singing. I guess just start like practicing. The best thing is to be prepared at any time. You never know when the right opportunity is going to come around the corner, so just always be prepared. Raina, the question is, will you venture out and do a clothing line or perfume of your own? I would love to. I've got some things in the works right now that I can't say all about, but I definitely will do something very cool because I love fashion. Hey, Miley, I have a question. Wants to do more acting. She doesn't think she can make it. She's a really good actress. Can you say anything that would help her out? I think always just believe in yourself and don't let anyone else tear you down if you know that that's, where you're supposed to be, if that's your dream. Okay. Fun. What's up? That's my manager, Jason. Say hello to the world, Jason. Word. Peachy. Okay. Hey, Miley. Okay. Don't see any more yet. I'm going to scroll up. Hey, Miley, what are you up to? You're going to go to college, you're not in high school, and you go to college, what would you want to go to? I would like to go to college for something like, for art, for, like, directing, and for, like, cinematography, that kind of thing. So I would want to do more of, like, artsy stuff for films. Yo. Aha, nice, John. I have a question for Ron, too. When is the new music video premiering? The new music video, Yo Maury. When does the video premiere? Very, very soon. It'll premiere very, very soon. I can't wait. So we're starting to edit it now. Okay. My name's Miss Fan. When you go on tour, got that one. Oh, you've joined the Z-Zone. Hey, Diamond. Hey, John. Hey, Johnny. She looks so, she's like so cool. Oh, scroll down thing. I haven't gotten any new ones yet.
Christina wants to know, are you good friends with Demi Lovato, or do you just like Disney friends because you both are in Disney family?
I am friends with her. I'm friends with everyone that's like in the Disney culture because like you might as well because you're like a big family. That's what we all are. We promote just for everyone to come together and have friends that can support. So it's really great to have people that understand the kind of life that we live and be able to be friends with them as well. Hey, Miley, I love you. I love you too, Tot.
Tanisha wants to know, hey Miley, what's up? Are you going to college, and when you're done with high school,
oh, I did that one.
What do you want to go to?
I did that one.
It's better.
I'm going to an art college. Sweet. All right, what's next? Miley's going to come on at 12:30. I have to go to school. I'm super late. Sorry, Diamond Girl. Or Tanisha. Oh, Tanisha, I answered your question.
Do you have Tina's question? Is it true that your Mercedes is pink inside?
I don't have a Mercedes, but if I get one, that's what I want. I want like a little pink little thingy, the little sign, and then I want pink stitching on the leather seats because that'd be sweet. No one has that, and I want like a little Hello Kitty horn. Am I gonna have like the most girly car ever?
How were you at the CMAs, and are you exhausted being it was last night?
Oh, Tot just melted.
Okay.
Oh, thank you. I can't believe you talked to me. I'm like melted now. So last night was the CMAs. It was really fun. It was really cool because that's where I'm from, Nashville, so to be there again and be able to perform, like I performed on Good Morning America that morning. So there was like a stage right in the middle of Nashville, so that was really cool because that's where I'm from. I said that already. And it was really cool though, and everyone looked beautiful too. My favorite dress was Jennifer Nettles. It was like all white and it had like this beautiful like sparkles all over. It was the prettiest dress ever. So I think it was like one of my favorite dresses I've seen in a while. Next. Hi, Miley. Hi, Diamond Girl.
What's your new favorite song on the CD? It's from Travis.
What's up, Trav? My favorite song is probably Fly on the Wall, because I think it has, like, when I was recording it, originally it was more, like, poppy, and I added, like, more guitars towards the end, and we just thought that this could be one song where it showed a little bit more of not where, like, I am right now in my career, but where I want to lead a little bit more. So I think that's cool. That's kind of like the style of music I'm into, like the Killers, Folds-ish.
Winter wants to know, do you have any other brothers and sisters?
Like secret ones?
Besides the obvious.
My twin Callie. Wave Callie. This is my secret twin. I use her as my double sometimes. No, I don't have any secret brothers and sisters. Only the 5 I've been honest about. Me, you never know. No, I'm getting a head shake. There's Brandy, my older sister. Give a little wave, Brandy. Hi. She's my secret one. I hide her from most people. Trace, she's crazy too. Brazen, and Noah. And then there's me. Hey, this is Peachy! There's Peachy! Peachy! Hey, Peaches. What's up, Peaches? All right, next.
Elizabeth wants to know what your favorite ice cream flavor is.
My favorite ice cream flavor is cake batter from Cold Stone. I love that stuff. I always get a tummy ache after. I sound like I'm 5. I get a tummy ache. I do because I eat so much of it, but it's so good that I can't help it.
Christine wants to know, do you have advice for someone that wants to pursue acting and might be auditioning for a new Disney Channel movie that is coming out soon, but she doesn't know if she should audition for it?
Ooh, it's a good opportunity. I would do it if I was you. But I think, like, it can never hurt to do an audition. That's honestly what I always said is I would be like, well, I don't know if if I'm going to get it. It doesn't seem very much like me, but it never hurts to do an audition because it's always, like, more practice. And you get, used to being in front of a camera, and you get used to being in front of other people and performing. It never hurts to, like, just try.
Sharon wants to know, do you miss living in Tennessee?
I do. When I went back this time for the CMAs, I really realized how much I missed it. Sleeping in my own bed, being in my room. It was really great to be home. I know you're going to...
Gio wants to know, hey Miley, just want to know how hard it is to be famous and have people watch your every move.
It's hard, especially when there's there's paparazzi following around all this stuff and finding pictures of you and, there's like the grocery store hanging out and that's like interesting, like news. It's weird to think that things that I do that are so normal become like such a story.